Welcome to our show, Community Matters on New Greek TV. I'm your host, Gus Lambropoulos, and we are excited to have a special guest with us, Vaggelis Kteniadis, the president of V Squared Development, who is no stranger to real estate developments in Greece. And we will be discussing what is new, what is happening, and all the upcoming projects with the firm.
We are very optimistic that we're going to have a great summer and the rest of the year, that we will be able to rebound from these 2 years of COVID.
This is good news that Greece is rebounding and we are COVID-free.
Well, that's kind of been shown in the last month. The last month was pretty inspiring, let's say. But we need to see the continuation, and as I said, I think that with the spring coming and summer, definitely always in Greece, the economic situation is much better. People feeling much more comfortable. They are very much more optimistic. Their psyche is in better shape. So we will just have to do is people going out and spending more and more, because the truth of the matter is that the Greek citizens, they have money right now. Through my conversations with all the bank managers, the money are in there, the people have money. They've saved a lot of money over the last 2 years with COVID, because most of the people that didn't spend that much of the money for their going to restaurants, for their entertainment, and so on and so forth. So there's been money that have been saved. The bank accounts of Greek citizens, they are there, but the people are afraid of actually going out of sitting into investments, because since COVID started in Europe, in Greece in March 2020, all the scientists, everyone was saying, the government, that it will take 2 to 3 months, 4 months, then summer, it will be fine, and it will be the end of it. But it's been 2 years after that, and we are not in the same situation, definitely, like we were, but we are still talking about this daily. So we need to get out of it and put it behind us, so the people will find again the courage and what it takes for investments in order to do business as usual.
As we exit COVID, you've also stated that bank managers have seen deposit account balances increase, and having these larger balances in their savings accounts, do you believe that this will translate to real estate purchasing or real estate investments, and or even believe that real estate values will continue to rise based on their available funds?
Around 72% of the Greeks have their own property. This is one of the highest home ownership percentages in Europe. Therefore, the need of housing is mainly deriving from the population increasing. And in Greece, it's not happening. In the last 4 or 5 years, we have a constant decrease on the population. So what we need is to be extrovert on our approach and try to attract foreign investors. This and the Golden Visa, which are the Greek permanent residency permit, which is the most successful residency by investment program in the world for the years 2018 and 2018. The foreign investors and the Golden Visa will be the two most important reasons for the growth of the Greek real estate, together, of course, with the development of Elliniko, which is the biggest residential real estate project in Europe, which will totally transform the southeast suburbs of Athens. These are the two most important reasons as to why we expect a continuation of the Greek real estate growth.
Tell us a little bit about the Golden Visa and its requirements for our viewers who are watching the show.
Yes, well, the Golden Visa, it's actually, as more widely known, it's the Greek Investors Permanent Residency Permit. What is this? Is any investor, any foreign, any third country citizen, that means citizens of countries that do not have any relationship with the European Union, citizens of third countries investing 250,000 euros or more in Greece and they are receiving the Greek permanent residency. What is this? This document is like a credit card. It gives the opportunity for people to travel to Schengen and access Schengen as much as they want, because before you needed to have a visa, or for North Americans, for example, there is a limit of staying in Schengen 3 months every 6 months. If you're owner of the Greek permanent residency, you can access Schengen as much as you want, stay in Greece or in other countries in Schengen. Second, it's for the business people, the people who, from the country of residence, they want to reach Greece and also consequently European Union, a market of 400 million people. They want to bridge it with their countries of residence. And third, there are families for the XYZ reason. They want to relocate from their country of residence. They want their children to study in a Western European country. Therefore, they are choosing to come to Greece with their children to study in international schools or Greek schools. And another benefit of that is that for underage children until the age of 18, meaning if people are if they're going to school in Greece, or to not a Greek school, but to a school in Greece, it can be an international or a Greek school, for 6 consecutive years, they have the right to get a Greek citizenship. Also for adults, because in Greece we do not have boarding schools, therefore it must be an adult who will be attending to the child. Also for adults that are staying in Greece for 7 years, more than 183 days each year, they are also entitled to receive Greek citizenship. These are the 3 most important reasons as to why the Greek permanent residency permit is the most successful residency by investment program on the planet.
If a foreign investor wanted to purchase a property in Greece and they came to you, what would be your first approach?
Definitely Athens. Athens is 50% of Greeks, they live in Athens. Athens is the political, the cultural, the financial, the center of Greece. The rest of the cities outside of Athens, in other areas, they don't have the infrastructure that Athens has. Again, on the islands, which of course the Greek islands are one of the most beautiful areas in the world, but there is not so easy to get access. They are very seasonal. There are people there that are renting properties just 3 months a year. So I would say that the key is Athens. Purchasing a property in Athens, that will give the ability to the investor to receive a return on the investment for 12 months a year. Therefore, having enough money, to come to Greece for vacation every year and visit 1 or 2 or 3 or how many islands they want, because even purchasing a property on an island, I think it limits your choices, because as probably, I'm sure you know, Greece has 4,000 islands. 157 of them are inhabited, and they're so different. They have so much variety. If you ask 100 Greeks what is your favorite island, you probably will receive 60 different answers. So I would say that the key is purchase property in Athens, and then of course using the money you receive from the investment to visit as many islands as each person wants over the summer, but or not actually own a property or an island, but going to a hotel or renting for short-term lease.
If an investor who resides in Greece met all the requirements, established the golden visa, are there property taxes attached to their homes?
Yes, of course. There's probably the average for the price of properties that is between 250 to 300,000 euros. I would say that the annual property tax is between 400 to 450 euros. And then you have also the tax if you're renting the property up to 12,000 euros. There is no tax. From 12 to 15,000 euros, there is a 15%. From 15 to 25,000 euros is 25%. and from 25,000 or 35,000 and above, it's 35%. But most of the revenue, the rental revenue for this kind of property is definitely less than 12,000 euros. So there is no, so the tax is actually zero. One of the reasons that the program is so successful is because it requires very basic personal information, and there are not so many restrictions. It's very easy to apply. You get approved on the same day. You receive the so-called temporary permanent residency, blue paper, that gives you the ability to come to Greece from a third country for a whole year until the golden visa is being processed, which takes around 2 months from the moment that you file the application and you give biometrics.
Having the golden visa give you the right to vote?
To vote? No, only a citizen can vote. Permanent residents do not vote. It's a very good question, this one, guys. The permanent resident has all the rights and the privileges of a Greek citizen apart from voting. You have access to free healthcare, free education. You have exactly identical same rights with the Greek citizen apart from the right to vote.
With the golden visa, is there any military requirements?
No. Again, the military requirements, it goes with citizenship, not with permanent residency. We have to have in mind that as it's called, the golden visa is widely known as golden visa, but actually the term is Greek investors permanent residency permit. So it is an investment. It is not immigration. Many people confuse this with immigration and the need for a labor force. For example, this is very evident in North America. The Canadian program has been running for many years. It's very successful for labor force because Canada, for example, is in a constant need of skilled workers. In comparison with the American EB-5 program, for example, which is the equivalent of the Greek golden visa. There it's in the United States is $500,000 US that you need to invest on specific projects, and there you are able to receive a permanent residency.
If someone was to own an existing piece of property in Greece and wants to upgrade the value of real estate to 250,000 euros, would they be eligible for a golden visa?
Yes, that is correct. You can get the property that you got even previously to the May of 2013, when the Greek Investors Permanent Residency Permit program started. Even if you had the property before that, the objective price which is written on the contract is above 250,000 euros, 250,000 euros or above, then definitely you are able to receive the golden visa.
You're eligible and should.
Or you purchase a property, let's say, of 150,000 euros or 200,000 euros. You can purchase another property of 50,000 euros or 100,000 euros and make up for it. Also, the program works cumulatively, meaning for, let's say, two members of a family that they want to purchase together, two sisters or two brothers or whatever, they want to purchase one property, of 500,000 euros. It can also work like that. With 500,000 euros, you get two golden visas with 753, 1 million for, and so on and so forth.
Does inheritance qualify for a golden visa?
Inheritance? No, you cannot be an inheritance because it's an investment program and the money need to come from a foreign country, need to come from a foreign bank account, from the investor's bank account into a Greek bank account. It is fresh, new money that's coming from abroad. Therefore, it cannot be through inheritance. But from the third country citizens that they have already got the Greek golden visa for the second generation, of course they can inherit the property that their parents received and keep the golden visa. It's actually what most of the investors they do. When their children become 21 years old, they have the last renewal of the golden visa that goes up to 24 years old. So after they become 24, is what they do is they transfer the property or they inherit the property into their child. The child becomes the main applicant, and then they are the one generation ascendants. And the child, when the child will have children of its own, they can be the one generation descendants. Because that's what we need to have in mind, is the main applicant, and then is one generation ascendants and one generation descendants.
Explain to us how properties are being managed in Greece when there are many absentee owners, and what is your role as a property manager?
Just to give you an idea, we're currently managing more than 450 properties. We are reading it, we have in clients' accounts, we are doing the declaration to the tax office, to the land registry, we are receiving the rent, we pay the necessary expenses, and every 6 months our accounting department issues the account statements, our clients are confirming the accounts, and then we proceed with the payments.
As a property manager, do you improve the overall quality of the building in terms of construction? Do you make recommendations on improvements where it is needed? What's your role in this area?
Athens is pretty much a developed area, and so Athens is facing with the reality that all major European capitals like Paris, London, Paris, Rome, they're all facing Madrid, they're all facing the same thing. The areas are developed, there are buildings in the center of the capitals, and there's not an ability of putting the buildings down. So what you're doing is you keep renovating, the concrete can go on for ages, so you just need to make sure that there's a correct renovation work that takes place that will give life to the buildings for another generation, and so on and so forth.
Vaggeli, tell us what's next.
What is next is for our company, as we've said, our challenge is definitely we need to maintain to be aggressive and be extroverted in our approach. We currently aim to be aggressive and be extroverted in our approach. We currently have 6 offices abroad. We have 3 offices in China, in Beijing, in Shanghai, and in Guangzhou. An office in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, in Nairobi in Kenya, in Paris in France, and in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, which is our office for the Indian subcontinent and Arabic-speaking region. We want to bring the program in all the continents, all parts of the world. We still keep to be aggressive, still keep promoting the program, attracting investors, because as previously mentioned, they are the force that will drive the Greek real estate into growth.
Who will assist the investor for the golden visa application?
Well, attorneys, actually the attorneys, the total expenses of taking the golden visa is between 7.3 to 8%. 3.09% is the transfer fee, 1.24% is usually the attorney's fee, 1.24% is usually the notary's fee, 0.75% is the land registry fee, and then there are some small expenses like 2,000 euros is the immigration, the investor's fee, 16 euros for the card that receives like a credit card. Around 100 euros per year is the insurance that the investor needs to have. So the total amount of the expenses is around 7.5 to 8%. The transfer fee, it's the lowest in the European Union that exists in Greece. Just to maybe refresh your memory, 2 years ago, before the VAT was cancelled, was forbidden for new properties. Or since before 2014, 1st of January of 2014, the transfer fee was 8% for the first 20,000 euros and 10% over that. So you're talking about 9.7% in the 250,000 euros, and now it's 3.09%. So we are talking about a reduction over 70%. It's the lowest transfer fee in Europe.
I could see why everyone's jumping on this.
Plus also the VAT that does not exist for new buildings, because before the 1st of January of 2020, the VAT, the buildings that the construction license was obtained after the 1st of January of 2006, they had a 24% VAT. So you can imagine that almost 1/4 of the value of the property was given into the government as VAT, and this was stopped at 1st of January of 2020. We need to mention that for third generation of Greek Americans, that the second generation lost in touch with Greece if they didn't get their passports from the first generation. Therefore, now the third generation cannot have a Greek passport. It is a great opportunity because that can give them the opportunity of investing into the country of their ancestors, also have a good return on their investment, and bring them again, close them up with one of the most beautiful countries in the world. The truth of the matter is that the Condé Nast Traveler, which is the most prestigious travel magazine in the world, and it's in the United States, an American magazine, in the last 4 years, there's been 2 times that Greece has been elected as the most beautiful country in the world to live, and 2 times was Italy. The 2 times that Greece was number 1, Italy was number 2, and the 2 times that Italy was number 1, Greece was number 2. So definitely, not only on our eyes, but on the eyes of the travel aficionados, like the readers of Condé Nast Traveler, Greece is definitely considered one of the most beautiful countries in the world to live.
There's one way to experience this, is to go there to see it for yourself, and then you'll see why you need to invest in Greece.
Definitely. And it's not just the beauty anymore, it's also the business reality that the government, since 2009, the new government that got elected, made the business environment much more friendlier for investments. Actually, percentage-wise, during the 2 years in COVID still, we had the highest percentage analogically and growth in investment than any other country in the European Union. The Greek Americans, they should not just thinking about Greece like with the beauty and the nostalgia of that was communicated to them by their parents. Greece is a modern Western European country, is the cradle of the civilization, and it's been moving very aggressively to the new business reality in the European Union.
I want to mention that my own kids got their Greek passports, are now ready for future Greece, and I feel the Greek vibe is positive and the future looks bright in Greece.
That is great. That is great.
Thank you, Vaggelis, for being on our show, Community Matters on New Greek TV. We also want to say thank you to all of our viewers. Until next time.